set, going to go to the air right away. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. First carry now for David Montgomery. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. Now this defense for the Lions, they put together a strong effort last week in a win over Chicago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Brissett on 3rd and 2. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Buddy Johnson drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And taken right on the 30. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Lions will take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
19 right. Dragon 60.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Out to the left, that's where the tight end Moreau is. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Buffalo 18. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger.
2nd and 4. He's got this to Williams, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. A gain there of 30 big ones.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Brandon, you know more about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it. I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the first down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the touchdown.
Foster Moreau, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point forthcoming. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
3rd and short yardage, Brissett. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3 and out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
Out to his left. He's going to look deep for more. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Brissett sets to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Montgomery back to the ground. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. To throw, Brissett. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brissett. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Montgomery, they'll run for it. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Well, the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Lions will take over. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And this one is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Lions at 9-2 to start play. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring. Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
19 right. Check, contact, check, mark.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Throwing, Brissett. This one swung out to Montgomery. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. And the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man.
4th and short in this part of the field. You just know special teams coordinators rallying the team, saying, watch the fake, but Brandon. Don't they usually say that on every punting situation?
Oh, yeah, they can be up 40 in the 4th quarter. That's their job. They scream that every time.
And this time, though, his team locked in, and they were well aware that it truly was a situation that they could fake it. And they were ready for it and stopped it.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Cowboy 80.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4th down territory, that really opens things up for you.
How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
Probably on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
The quick slant caught, and in for the Lions touchdown. Foster Moreau with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Still second quarter, you get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Brissett's throw complete there to Moore. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up second down. Brissett again. There's Trimble, the tight end. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Let's go, ladies.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. They'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. A first down throw for Brissett. And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They'll throw again. Brissett. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to go up top again. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Panthers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Brissett, he's going to look deep for more. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Carolina. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. A give to Williams, running right. Taken down at the 42. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from the lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
18 Rattler.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 15-yard line.
That's good for the Lions. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it's second down. Back to throw again. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Lions have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw is Brissett. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Now a give running right is Montgomery. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Carolina.
Brissett on first down. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
40 yards on the ground for him so far.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
A quick throw caught out wide by Bourne. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. Coming right, this is Montgomery on the toss. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On third, Montgomery hit, and the ball is loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Second and 3. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 83 yards. And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped to the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with third and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On third down, Brissett. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Now the try here for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road, and that has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Let's rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first three quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Lions touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, and these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find the hole.
51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Brissett to throw for it on 4th. That caught by Trimble. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Going up the gun, Montgomery. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Point after, right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, it was looking like they were going to have the ball in good field position, but now with that fumble, they don't have the football at all.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to imagine what he was thinking there, though, right? I can take this one, break it, go for a big one right here. But you and I both know, always protect the football is the #1 mantra for a kick return.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brissett. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now Brissett on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Always got some breathing room. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good for the Lions. 1st and 10 at the 45.